Hello everyone and welcome back to Stationeers. Right, well, it is thankfully early morning or maybe even midday, and well, obviously today we'll go ahead and put together that console that we have placed down in the last episode. I obviously finished the code and it is relatively okay. There's a small problem with it. We cannot use the evaporator controls because the logic dials on these controls only go up to 999 as a maximum value, and unfortunately we need at least about 6,000, so that particular control will be inoperable, but everything else will be just fine. So anyways, we need to print out a lot of stuff. Let's take a look. We need a lot of modular displays. We need 28 to be exact. So let me see. We need a lot of stuff. Iron. Ooh, we only have 42 copper. Well, I think we need to go out and mine. Also, that wasn't iron, that was steel. Might as well pick up pretty much everything and just put them in here. We'll need them. There. I believe... no, I don't think we need anything else. So, right. And silicon... yeah, just put everything in here, it's fine. So, we need at least 28 of these console displays. I will leave this on printing and go out and pick up some more copper because, well, we need to. But before we do that, we'll also need one more sensor. Let's print out the smaller stuff first. In fact, I think we can leave this here for now. Maybe in the end I will come back and pick them up, but it's going to be okay. I might as well put the... okay, only one sensor, thank you. We need to make some room in the mining belt, and then we will also need a cable analyzer, one of these. And what else? I think that's pretty much it. So we will need a lot of modular console parts. Let's start with the displays. We need 28. I will leave this on printing. We will not be able to print everything we need, so it's fine. Right, the suit is... it's okay, but you know what? Let's be extra sure. Vent, pick up oxygen, and we can go. How hot is it outside? Very, very hot, but we have 2 waste tanks, so yeah, I think we can go now. Let me see, mining belt, there. And alright, we need to switch out the battery for this one. And might as well switch out the battery for the lamp as well, although that one is fine. Let me see. That one. Why can't I switch it out? There we go. Right. So we need to go out and pick up some copper. Let's go for it. And that will do. We have a full stack of copper. Very nice. This should last at least a couple of days for us. Okay, let me quickly make a little bit of suit maintenance. So vent, and yeah, I think that will do. So strip off. We need to make a little bit of extra printing before we are done. So let me see, how many is this? I believe it should be 19 or something. Yep, that's 18, that's 19, and there it is. Right, so we need at least 9 more. Right, let's get printing. Then I think we should make some room in the inventory, so I will leave the mining backpack. I will come back for these pipes later, it's fine. So let's print these out real quick. Okay then, so after this one, we need to print out 6 of these modular console inputs. Because we will have 6 logic dials. Basically, if you have been on Reddit in a previous couple of weeks, you might have seen my working on this particular console. And well, we will use 6 of these modular inputs. And after this one, we need to print out a lot of labels. So that's going to be a lot as well. We do have a couple of them in the new base already, but we will need a lot more. I mean, maybe not a lot more, maybe 10 more. Anyways, after this we are done, and then, yeah, let's just print out maybe 10 more of these labels, and that should be okay. Yeah, I think this 10 should be okay. Obviously, I switched out the oxygen as well, so might as well. And then, I think... right, we will need one more housing. Unfortunately, the code that I have put together is way too big for a single chip. We had to spread it out between 2 different chips. But, well, I will walk you through it as we are putting this stuff together, but yeah, this was a big code. Not because it's complicated or anything like that, it is basically just a lot of lines doing very simple stuff, but we had to include a lot of lines. Anyways, that's enough. And then we need obviously one more IC10 chip. So there. Good. Now we just need a chip and that's it. Right. I want to be prepared, so I will eat, drink, and we will leave on a full stomach, so we don't have to come back anytime soon. There. Yeah, we might as well start suiting up. There and there.
Oxygen low.
Oxygen is fine. And there's a chip. Right. I believe we are good to go. I think so. Right. Labeler in hand. This one has 81%. I think just to be on the safe side, I will put in a large battery. I don't think it's necessary, but I want to be extra sure that we are okay. Basically, we will do a lot of labeling in this episode. And I think we can go. Let's go for it. Right, before we go inside, we need to rename one thing out here, and that is going to be the radiator analyzer. To make the code fit into the chips, I had to abbreviate all these names, so instead of radiator analyzer, this is going to be RA from now on. Confirm, that's fine. And that one is fine. In fact, technically speaking, this one is completely redundant, because we have 2 analyzers on this section of pipe. This one and, well, one inside. It's barely visible right there. So technically speaking, this is redundant, but you know what? We have those done already, so I will not bother the delicate balance of nature. We can go inside and let's start putting stuff together. First, up to level 1. And there we go. So I think I will put the control chips here instead. So housing will go here, this way, and we will also pick up this one up. Yeah, I think it's going to be a bit more organized if we have this one there as well. So you will go here instead. Right, and the chip goes in. We will override these chips in a second. Then I would like to have one gas sensor in here for the interior temperature display. So you will go there. And then I suppose we might as well quickly go out, hook up the outside sensor. Yeah, in hindsight I should have left it outside, but oh well, it's fine. We can just quickly place it down again. Also, don't forget, we will need to name it. So first things first. You will go as a gas sensor. Yeah, you can go right here. It's fine. Quickly wire it up. That will do. And quickly name it. This is going to be the outside gas sensor. Sure. And there we go. Okay, now we can go inside. Good, and don't forget, this is going to be the inside gas sensor. And once again, don't forget, we need to wire everything up. So you will go that way and that way. Oh, right, and we need to wire these up as well. There. Can I mean, I suppose I don't think we will do refilling in this episode. So yeah, I think we can pick up these. It should be fine. Right and right. Okay then. So, first things first. This big console display will come down. I managed to cram everything into a much smaller footprint. Also, these labels will stack with the others. There we go, 36. I think that's going to be a bit much, but oh well. Anyways, we need not this one, but this one. Right. This is all the surfaces we need. No more than this. Also, yeah, we have 40 labels. I think that's going to be way overkill, so we might not need to print out some extra, but oh well. Anyways, before we get started, I would like to make sure that everything is named correctly. So let me see if I remember. This is going to be the base evaporator, so abbreviation is going to be BE. Confirmed. This is going to be the coolant evaporator, so that's going to be CE. Yeah, for the sake of the size of the code, I had to abbreviate. And then this is going to be the base, I believe, exhaust. Then this is going to be the base volume pump, and this is going to be the base liquid purge, I believe. Then this was the base liquid tank. This was the base condenser. Yes. This was the coolant condenser, coolant liquid tank, coolant liquid purge, coolant volume pump, and this one, this is the coolant exhaust. Right. I do believe these are all the devices, right? I think so. Oh, right. We also need this cable analyzer. I think this is going to be perfect for it. We only need to use a single cable if we put them there. That's fine. And as you might have guessed, this is the CA, the cable analyzer. Right. So the devices themselves should be named correctly. We will obviously check as we are going, but as far as I can tell, it should be okay. Right. Next up. Let's place down the topmost panel first. So this is where we will have the controls. Originally, I wanted to put them down here because, you know, control panel in hand's reach, but you know what? For the sake of the temperature displays, I think I will put them here because that is the way I managed to put the displays together. So we will have these logic dials. I mean, maybe one step in like this. So 3 of them here and 3 of them here, and then we will move this one. There we go. Then we need to place down a couple of displays for these, so console displays, and we might as well place down the rest of these displays. So we will have a couple of small readouts next to these controls. This is where we'll read out the current settings on these dials. There, and might as well place down the labels too. This is where we can read out what each of these will actually do. It's going to be very, very hard to read, but well, that's it, that's fine. Then we will have these large console displays here. This is where we will read the interior and the exterior temperatures, and then we just have a bit of a labeling here and here, and I suppose at this point we can just fill this place up, which is going to be one more, this one, right? This is the only filler piece on this particular surface, so that's fine. And right, I think I will do this one first. Yeah, I will deal with the lower displays in a second. So for now, you guys go back in the inventory. So let me see. I believe these are the inputs. So I believe this is the base evaporator input or setting input. Yeah, setting input. Then this is the base evaporator. No, wait. Base liquid purge setting input, blipsy. Yeah, I gave these nicknames according to their abbreviations, and this was the base volume pump, or no, wait, exhaust setting input, Bexy, I believe. Well, we'll check in the code in the end anyways. And so this is the display version. This is the, once again, the display version, and the same for this one. Good. So basically now we need to do the same for this one, but instead of B is going to be C. Right. I do believe these are now set correctly. Well, the only way to tell is if we load the code. So you open, and let's use this one for this particular section of the display. You go in, import, it is empty, that is correct, library, and we will need to load this one. Because of the way the evaporator display works, or sorry, the setting dial, this is technically speaking work in progress, so don't worry, everything else works except for the evaporator controls. So let me see. Oh, right. These lines are technically unnecessary because we are no longer using LED displays for the internal and external pressures and temperatures. So yeah, tell you what, let me just quickly comment these out. There, and we don't need these either. This is fine, so let me see, BSD, that's fine, CESD. Also, evaporator, oh, exhaust pump, that's the one. Okay, that is not quite correct. So instead of, no, that's fine. This one, evaporator pump, sepsi. There, and this one as well. Okay, so let's double check. So BESD. Yeah, that looks correct to me. Then BLPSD, BLPSD, and BEPSD. BEPSD. Okay, so everything else is basically mirrored on this side, but instead of base, it is going to be the coolant. So that appears to be correct. Also, these consoles will not be used by the chips, so these don't really need a name. In fact, I will get rid of their name. I will just leave a space and confirm, because these will be used by a a gas display chip. Right, I should have printed that one out, but oh well, we can go home in a bit. So right, I will preemptively set these to certain higher values. So for example, this one, I will set this to at least 10. I don't want to have any mishaps. Although I suppose we can just quickly slot the code in and quickly take care of the controls. But as far as I can tell, it should be fine. Also, edit, we need to take care of one more thing. We still have these temperature and pressure displays. Previously, I was using LED displays, as I've said, but we no longer do so, so I will just comment these out. And from here on out, this is the actual useful part of the code. Except for this section, this is where we could control the valves on the evaporators themselves, but because the dials can only go up to 999 as the maximum input value, and we need at least 6000 for the evaporators, I think I will leave these as inoperable for now. Maybe they will get fixed later, I don't know. Anyways, export the code, you can go in, we don't need to set any devices, so that's fine. Turn on, and let's take a look. Okay, these appear to be working. This one, let's set these to 10 liters and 10 liters. And these need to be at least 2 megapascals. There we go. Let's see if they work. So if I change this one, yeah, it is changing. 8 liters, 10 liters, perfect. And this one, 2 megapascals. If I set it lower, yeah, it is changing. Good. So this appears to be working. What about you? If I set this one to 8 liters, then this one is 8 liters. That appears to be working. Then 10 liters. It is now 10 liters. Perfect. And you go up to 2.2 megapascals. 2.2 megapascals. Perfect. Okay, so these are working now. Right, so this section of the displays are good to go.
Hydration critical.
Yeah. So at this point, I suppose we might as well label these. So this is the evaporator. This is the, what was that? This is the liquid purge, and this is the exhaust pump. There we go. And we have the same exact thing on this side, but obviously we can infer which side we are controlling by their positions. So I don't think we need to label them with a big label on the top. I think it's going to be fine. So there and there. Right, liquid purge, exhaust pump, evaporator. This one is inoperable, as I've said. Also, this is going to be the indoors and the outdoors temperature displays. So right, this one is now working. Next up, we need to set up the lower part of this display. Thankfully, these appear to be working, so that's fine. So yeah, let's go for it. We need to have, once again, the displays and the label plates. And these are all the number readouts that we will use. Okay, then might as well label them now, and that should help us with the naming as well. So I will place down all these labels, and yeah, I think we have too many label plates. No problem, we will be able to use this for other consoles as well later on. Okay then, next up, might as well label them. So this is going to be the exhaust, and might as well copy over to this side. Sure. Then this is going to be the liquid tank. This is the evaporator. And this is the condenser. Then this is going to be for the power draw readout. And last but not least, this is the radiator display. Right. Well, this one, I think we can load into the chip right away. Because unlike these dials, these will not really impact the functioning of this whole setup. So we can safely override the code right now. So you open, chip goes in, edit, and we are going to use this one, the base cooling readout displays. Load. This is the one that took the longest time to write. Well, if you take a look at this whole code, it is basically just a lot of busy work, a lot of loading, a little bit of math, and then overwriting the values to the displays. And in the end, we had a single line to spare. Yes, I did leave some spaces in between sections to make it a bit easier to read, but in the end we had a single line to spare, and the actual size of the code is 3925 bytes. Basically, we are just a little bit less than 200 bytes away from the maximum size of the code. So yeah, this was a little bit of a slog, but we managed to put it together. Right, I think these should be relatively easy to name. The devices themselves are already named, so I think this is going to be fine now. So right, export, you can go in and you can start functioning. There we go. And as we are naming these displays, they should come to life. So for example, this is the base exhaust display. That is correct. This is the base evaporator temperature display, display temperature. That is correct. And I will go through the entire thing and I will be back with you once everything is, well, done naming. Right, everything appears to be working now, but the way the code works is that we have the actual, overwriting of the values after the start, but we have a lot of preliminary setups before the actual start of the main body of the code. So this is where we set the mode, the color of the different displays. So right now they are displaying, pure mathematical values. We need to make sure that we are displaying the correct ones. So we need to reseat this chip. So if we do so, everything should be fine now. And yes, everything is fine now, except this one. This one is not quite correct. Oh, right. For that one, we need to reset this one. Yeah, now it's fine. So, right, this is where we can read the status of our coding system. Health, we should be going back home in a second, but yeah, so this is the basic console that we have monitoring the evaporators, and there we go. Let's take a look at it without the lamp active. I think it looks quite nice. I was thinking that maybe we should have, instead of white coloring on these letters, maybe we should go for gray. Maybe it's a little bit too bright, but it does make it a little bit easier to read, so I think I will leave them. But anyways, let's test it. So right now the exhaust is 7 point something something. If we lower the volume, sorry, for the output, oh right, we need to change it here. So if we change the volume, yeah, the exhaust pressure goes up, so that is correct. In fact, I think we can safely go down to 5 liters for the volume pump throughput. So the exhaust increases, and then because of the exhaust is overwhelming the liquid pump, this one is also increasing a little bit. Also, by the way, the temperature of the base is now 100 degrees Celsius, not too bad, and the evaporator is 62. Very good. Anyways, so this one appears to be working. Right? What about you? The volume pump is now set to 5 liters. The exhaust pressure is going up, although not quite as much as I was expecting. 3 liters. Okay, it is working, but yeah, just to be on the safe side, I will leave that 5 liters. I think it's going to be better that way. Also, we are reading the radiators. Right now outside it is 600 degrees. Very good. Okay, we need to go home and print out a couple of gas display chips, bring in a little bit of glass, and then I think this is going to be pretty much done. Also, I think I will print out a bunch of piping, maybe 3 more vents, so we can finish up the venting for the center of the base. I will very likely have some extra vents littered around the place, but these are the most important because this is the center of the base, and from here we can reach pretty much everything relatively quickly, I mean. So right, gas displays, glass, pipes, vents, maybe a transformer, because obviously we have a lot of devices here now and I don't want that to mix together with the rest of the base devices, so that one is fine. We can leave all these here now, I think. Also, I think I will move all this. I think I will put them here, because I am not sure if we are done with the filling yet. It does appear to be quite alright. In the condenser we have 20 of pressure, so that's fine. Here, not so much. I mean, if we really wanted to, we could hook them together for a second and equalize the pressure. But you know what, it's fine. We are still condensing, so we are not in danger of shutting off the cooling anytime soon, but still. Maybe we should set up a bit of filling through back here, maybe. But anyways, it's fine. The system is working, and that's what's important. I didn't automate anything. I still might do it at some point, but for now it appears to be working, so I don't think we need any more input. I think the only thing that we might want to automate is the volume pump. So if the exhaust or the liquid tank gets a little bit too high pressure, then we might want to increase the throughput of the volume pumps, but other than that, it's fine. Anyways, let's go inside. And let's do a bit of suit maintenance, and let's see. So we need to print out a couple of stuff. First things first, suit maintenance, as I've said. There we go. Okay, next we need to eat and drink. By the way, first lamp on. Right, we don't have any potatoes harvested, but first things first, let's switch out the lamp, might as well. So we need to make the first harvest in the new greenhouse. Let's start with you. there. Let's cook one of them. Right. And drink and get rid of the heavy breathing. Lovely. So we need one transformer for sure. So give me one small transformer. Just the one. And then a bunch of cabling as well. We will need these anyway, so might as well. Although, wait. Before we do so, let's output the iron, because we will need that for the pipes. And the vents as well. So iron, you go into pipe bender, and the rest of this stuff can go back in here. Alright. So you will give us a bunch of cables now. And you will give us a 3 vents for now. So three passive vents, and then a bunch of pipes. Okay, we will need a lot of these. We do have a couple of white ones here, so you know what? Let's just split these in half, and might as well bring white pipes with us right away. Also, I think this amount of cabling should be fine. Don't need to go overboard. Okay, I believe we are good to go. Right, I will take this one with us as well. Might as well put everything into the new base, and I don't know how much cabling we need between the battery and the transformer, so you know what, just to be on the safe side, I will print out a little bit of extra heavy cables. So this one, start printing a little bit. I would like to start using heavy cables straight away. So I will pick up all those small cables that are next to the battery right now and start using heavy cables right away. In the long run, I think it's going to be better for us if we do that. I think that's going to be enough. Right. You are still going to stay here. Let's eat, drink, and I think we are good to go. Right, so finish eating there. The rest can go on the shelf. Drink. By the way, what is the state of the water supply? Oh, only 3 point something liters. Okay, you turn on. We should have enough power to run it for at least a couple of days. And right. Also, yeah, this is not the best placement for the chemistry station. Maybe we should switch the places with the microwave. Yeah, I think I talked myself into it. So you and you switch places. There, so now the temperature displays is a little bit easier to read. Right. Yeah, I should have done that a long time ago, but oh well. Okay, so we are making water. Hopefully it's going to be all right. Now, let's just take a look at the oxygen supply. So right now it is 213 and it was 3 point something, right? Yeah, 3.3 liters. Right. Let's see how much we can make in a couple of days. For now, we need to go back to the new base. And welcome back. Let's start with the transformer first. Also, we need to be quick about this because, well, we have a couple of devices here that are very sensitive to power outages. So we need to make sure that this one is going to work continuously. You will need to be facing this way. And let's hook up the cables right now, but obviously don't completely because I don't want to create a short circuit. So you will need to come down this way. Okay, let's start with this first. So input there, then need to come out this way, then turn. I mean, I suppose we can just go straight through this way. There, and sever connection here and there, and make sure this one doesn't lose power, and there we go. Okay, and one step down just in case. Right, so we can reclaim all these now. That's fine, and this one. Right, so I will have to replace all this with heavy cables now. I don't think we can do it like this, right? Yeah, we need to pick them up and then replace them. So this one should be safe if we do this. Right? Yeah, everything is working. And then we'll come out. Right. I still would like to use the elevator as the main power and piping spine of the base. So I think I will bring the heavy cables through here maybe. So this is going to be the main power spine of the base. So you will go through here. You need to come up and we need to replace it with a T-junction. And now we just need to replace all this with heavy cables. Yeah, very important that we don't lose power there. As I've said, we have a couple of very sensitive stuff happening here, especially the liquid pipes. Don't want to overpressurize those. So yeah, there we go. They can be quite sensitive. In fact, while we are doing this, let's just reset the exhaust pumps to 10 liters. Also, yeah, I forgot the gas displays, but oh well. Those are not very important, but just a luxury. Anyways, so yeah, unfortunately we have to pick the cables up and then replace them with heavy cables that way. Not ideal, but oh well. Okay, everything is back to normal now. And we have heavy cables as the main power spine for the base. And speaking of the main spine of the base, I would like to start using a bit better heat exchange. Let's start with these vents. So we have vents all throughout the base, except on the second to last level. So that level is fine. Then this level is fine, but one level up we should have no vents. Right. We need to put down a couple of these here. And I printed out a lot of these pipes. So hopefully this will be enough to maybe get all the way down. Maybe even start bringing the pipes down this way as well. Okay, so everything is hooked together now, so we should have a lot better heat exchange happening in the base. Let me just quickly run this one all the way to the end. Right, so all these vents are now hooked together. Good. So we should have access to a lot better to the base atmosphere. And well, that should help with the heat exchange at least a little bit. Right, speaking of the heat exchange. Ooh, nice. The base is now 92 degrees and the evaporator is 63 degrees. And it is cooling down, obviously. Nice. Right, it is now just a matter of time before we have the base in more comfortable temperatures. I think in the next episode I will have to sort out the base filtering. So I will set up a filter to get rid of the volatiles and the pollutants and start pumping in carbon dioxide. And as soon as the base is down to at least 50 degrees Celsius, I think we might be able to start growing some plants in the new base. That would be kind of amazing. But first, let's take care of that gas display real quick. So we need the electric sprinter, right? And then a gas display cartridge. For that one we need more iron. So 2 of these and some glass. Thankfully we should have, yeah, we have plenty of glass right here. Okay, so 2 of these. Anything else? Not really. You are the tracker, that's fine. Want to bring anything over? Not really. Yeah, I think it's fine. Also, I just noticed this filter is now empty. Might want to print out another one, but it's fine. Let me just put this one here and this one here. Yeah, let's quickly take care of the temperature displays. Also, I think it might be time to maybe make another advanced alloy, Inconel to be more precise, because, well, when I was out mining for copper, I did notice that I had a bit more trouble finding the required ores, and maybe having the sensor glasses would be kind of a big help. And I believe for that one we need Inconel. So, right, I think maybe in the next episode we will make that one. Anyways, let's go up and take care of these displays real quick. So, chips go in, and then the glass there. Oh, right, and we need the data disk. Thankfully, we should have one in the airlock. I did bring it over, right? Yeah, okay, good. Well, this comes in handy quite a bit right now. So this is the indoors. So we need to have the, well, the indoor, there we go, inside gas sensor in temperature mode. And on this one, we need to have the outside gas sensor once again in temperature mode. And there we go, 89.5 degree in the base and 900 degree outside. Oh, sorry, 89.4 in the base. Even better. So, right, let me just quickly put down the, the data disk. We don't need it. In fact, you know what? Let's do it right now. I want to move this one here and have the battery charger here, because I don't want to use the station battery that is powering the airlock and the elevator. I would like that to be, you know, not used for anything else. So yeah, let's do it right now. You come up, and then we need the crowbar there, and the chip comes out, and then the hand drill. Right, so you will be here instead. There, and this one should still work as intended, because this one should remember all the settings. And it does, good. Okay, data disk can go back. Sorry. Oh, please don't tell me. Okay, fine. We need to pick up these cables anyway, so it's not too bad. There. Good. So please go back there. Right. So we need to pick up these cables anyways. And this one will be a T-junction, obviously. This one will be a corner piece and another corner piece going this way and hook into the airlock there. Right, and the battery charger will be on this side. I wish we had the power on the other side, but this one will still work. So power battery charger, and this one will go into the base. You see? Yeah, straight piece and through here. And you know what? At this point, we might want to start painting the cables too, so we can differentiate between the different networks. So anyways, this one should be better now. And right, now, what do we need to make the inconel? So, toolbat is organized now. Let's just come up here. This one is working, fine. By the way, no wait, before we get to the inconel, I think we can lower the volume pump to 5 liters. Yeah, appears to be okay.
Hydration critical.
Hydration's fine. Yeah, I think this is going to be okay. And here as well, exhaust, really 0 pascals. Ah, so if I lower the volume, oh, we have no evaporation, liquid in the evaporation chamber. Why is that? Ah, there we go. Oh. For a second, there was no evaporation in the condenser, but now it's okay. Okay, so anyways, the liquid, so the exhaust, yeah, I think it's going to be okay. Right, so I think we can leave the base cooling right here. So what is the deal with inconel? So wait, first, the sensor glasses, these. To make these, we need, yeah, inconel, I remember correctly. 5 inconel to be exact. So to make this, this one, we need, basically almost any kind of temperature, but a extremely precise set of pressures. 23.5 and 24 megapascals. Need to be extremely precise. Thankfully, the temperature is extremely generous. So basically, any kind of temperature above 600 Kelvin will do quite nicely. And we need gold, steel, and nickel. Everything we have already. So let me see. If I make one full stack of steel, that's going to be 200 grams, then 200 grams of nickel, and then 400 grams of gold. Everything easily achievable. Yeah. I think we can make this one quite easily. Just need to be precise with the pressures, and that's it. And with the new controls, it should be fairly easy to achieve. Okay, in this episode we will take care of that. In fact, I think we did have quite a bit of time-lapsing in this episode, so we might be able to take care of it today. At least pick up the resources. Yeah, especially now that we have nighttime, I think we can take care of this relatively quickly. Okay, we need to go home for the mining belt, but other than that, I think we are good to go. So, one stack of steel and nickel, right? Yeah. 200 nickel, 400 gold. Gold? Yeah, gold. Yeah, that's it. Should be fairly easy. The gold will be a bit tedious, but oh well. Also, the batteries look a lot healthier than they used to. That is quite nice to see. And, oh right, before we go, what is the state of the water? So it is now 5.31, so we are generating more than we are drinking. Slowly, but it's fine. As long as it's more than we are using, it's fine. And that was 213 on the oxygen and 219. Nice. So we are generating more oxygen than we are using. not too bad. Alright, and speaking of oxygen, might as well pick up some. So restock, vent, might as well drink now, so we don't have to listen to the heavy breathing. And yeah, let's go out and mine the resources. Right, we should have everything we need to make a full batch of Inconel. Let's see what we can do. So, as we have established, temperature is not very sensitive. Well, the pressure is very sensitive. So, let's go ahead and basically just put together the reagent mix right now and double check. So we need Inconel, there you are. We need twice as much gold as the steel or the nickel. So we have 8 stacks of gold, then 4 stacks of nickel, and in the end we will have 4 stacks of steel. Right, let's make sure that the steel is actually, well, steel. I don't know if it is relevant or not, but I will feel better if it was actually in steel form. Okay, now we are starting to put in the gold that contains oxygen, so prepare for a big increase both in temperature and pressure. Okay then, so temperature wise we are fine. We just need to go between 24 and 23.5 megapascals of pressure. So let me see. Wait, Inconal, oh, we had it for a second. Just ignite everything you have inside, it's fine, there. So lower the pressure just a tiny bit, there. Little bit more, good. And we have Inconal. There you are, 200 grams, not too bad. Yeah, once again, this is an advanced alloy, so we are receiving a lot less than the input volumes, but that's fine. Anyways, so we have Inconal. You know what? Yeah, let's just quickly print out the sensor glasses. Also, a little bit of suit maintenance before we do so. In there. Pick up some oxygen, strip down, and let's see what we are dealing with. Right, I believe it is in the tool printer, maybe? I think so. So, the sensor, yeah, there we go, sensor lenses. Steel, silicon, Inconal. Very easy. Inconal, steel, and silicon. Everything we have in relative abundance. So print out one of these, and then we need a cartridge for this. And sensor. We do have a celestial scanner. I believe this one will show the different celestial bodies that we have in this system. And then we have the ore scanner. This is what we need. Oh, we need Vespaloy. Okay, we need to make that one. That one will be in the next episode for sure. And then we have this T-ray scanner. I believe this is for diagnosing the position of cables and pipes in the base, if I remember correctly. Anyways, we need to make Vespaloy. But now we have the sensor glasses, so that's great. Do they require batteries? Yes. Okay, I don't know how much power draw they have. I'll just put in a small one for now. So we need Vespaloy. What do we need for that one? Vespaloy. For this one we need 400 and 800 Kelvin, so it is a very sensitive but very low range. So basically we can do this with nighttime temperatures if we have to, and super high pressures. In fact, I think at 50 megapascals it will start creaking, but other than that, silver, nickel and lead. Yeah, easy to attain everything. Okay, as I said, that will be in the next episode. For now, we are way over time, so we have to say goodbye. All that is left to say is that thank you for watching. If you like the video, you can leave a like, leave a comment, and maybe subscribe to the channel if you want. If you would like to support me a little bit more, you can do so by clicking the join button and becoming a channel member, which will give you an early and ad-free access to these videos. Once again, thank you for watching and thank you very much for your support. I will see you in the next one. Thank you and goodbye.